show us your tips. Weekend preview time. Beaver and Daggy with you to get stuck into the Black Caviar Lightning Stakes card from Flemington and the Expressway card from Randwick. Just a card, I guess, but I think there's some winners there. Beaver, you all good, mate?
All good, mate. There's winners everywhere, and we generally find them. So, doesn't matter the fields. We're ready and raring to go.
Beautiful. It's if you haven't already, you'll have seen we've done a preview for Friday night as well. Check that out for Moonee Valley and Canterbury. But we'll kick off, and we just talked off air, and I've got Randwick open as well. That's right. We're going to start at Flemington, where the rail is true and the track is good. All systems go for some good racing, actually. And we're kicking off with a 2,000 metre benchmark 84. This is one of the not so good racings. Lost a couple of chances here, and I'm going to let you open the batting again.
Yeah, not such a bad race in regards to the market and the chances in this race. I'm going to stick with El Sol Adido. Been all over it the last couple of starts,
Yep.
and there's no reason to jump off at this point in time. Doesn't win by a lot, but seems to know how to find the line and find it at the right time. So got the right draw here. Can just sit off the pace and grind them out, and hopefully Jamie Carr can get us home in the first.
Yeah, I was all geared up to have a big spiel about this race, and then we lost Flash Feeling, and then I just decided Aramco is probably just going to jiggy jog and win again. So that's why I've gone. D-Lane will control it and be hardest to beat. El Solido will either run it down or it won't. I think that sums up the race pretty succinctly. We'll move on. Race 2 is the benchmark 70, 1,100 metres for the 3-year-olds. And no, it's not just open one, benchmark 70. Doesn't matter because I'm tipping a 3-year-old. And that's Ouroboros on top. Last time in, it ran cylinder to a nose. And cylinder's now going to be running around in the Lightning Stakes. 3 trials to get prepared. The last one was its best. Rode the pace and won there. I think it pushes forward. And I don't know how many chases there are. I thought if I was going to find a danger, I thought I'd find Chester Warrior. But I'm probably choosing to read too much into that crappy trial since its last start. And the rest of these are midweek horses. If this has any ability, I think it should win. And I think $4.40 is a good price. Beaver.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you here. I think the $4.40 does look a good price. Does have to carry the 61.5 first up, but it is over the 1,100. Gate 3 seems to suit, and Froggy knew it. Probably take it out of the gates and look for a forward position. You're right, this is largely a midweek field. I thought the main danger was +4s. Comes off a sort of a month let up and had one well at Pakenham prior to that, over the 1,000 at very short price against probably a fairly mediocre field, but it did only finish a couple of lengths behind Miss Chrissy before that. So might be the one. If it's going to push the favourite, it might be the one.
Yep, and finds Lane, who just seems to cast a bigger shadow than ever over most of these races down south. The third is 1,100 metre Talondirt Stakes for the 2-year-olds. So we're up the straight here. And what do you reckon?
Tough race to get a line on here. I think the favourite is the favourite because it's apparently one to jump out fairly convincingly.
Yeah, it was let off the leash
and hard to know.
And took off. So
yeah, hard to get a guide on that, but Moody and Coleman stables tend to have the 2 yards up and going early here, so I think it got the main danger. I was just thought something like the number 4 from the Waterhouse Bot stable. I think it's an interesting runner. First start at Canberra, come from middle of the pack for a Waterhouse Bot horse, and won pretty easy. It's pretty skinny, $1.20. And come straight here into one of these quality type races. That's a good little pointer for me. Close to double figure odds. I thought that might be one to follow as well.
Yeah, I've put on top. I just looking for a bit of value because there's a few, because there's a half field of first starters, and I didn't. Obviously, it was an impressive trial, the Moody thing being let run, but we've seen plenty of that. I'm just sort of taking the narrative that stop in Canberra was a day trip on the way through. Just stop in and get some prize money. It's arrived here at $9. They just haven't put a foot wrong every time they've rolled one of these horses out. So at $9, we'll find out. And I'm going to have something small on Little Stirrer, who I liked going into that debut. It just never was on the track. It's gone back and trialled really well again. And at 20s is worth some thought, finding the outside fence. But smallish bet race there. Next up, we've got a benchmark 84-mile race. And I've decided, well, the first point I've decided is that Who Dares will beat all the locals home. And it's whether or not the two internationals debuting here are good enough to beat it. I actually have gone for the longer price of two in Up and Under, who lightly raced horse, placed in a Group 1 over there. And I like the way he just sort of cruised around the outside of a couple of jump outs at Flemington and finds D Lane. So at $6, it goes on top. Who Dares, as I said, is the tried and true. It's going to be on pace and going really well. And I guess we'll watch and learn about this other Circle of Fire, the other international, but could be buried back. And I thought the jumpers were just okay. What do you think of this race?
Thought you summed it up quite well, but I'm going to stick with Who Dares. So I do think it's the best of the, clearly
it's just sort
the
of the
best of the
safe bet
Australian
here, eh?
lot. And it's probably just the safest bet here. It's flying at the moment. Ran a nice race behind Jimmy Star last start, who's untapped. And the other two, it's just hard to get a line on their form. And they're coming here. They'll be looking for further, both in the top yards, which is a good pointer, but one's stuck on the inside. One's going to probably go back. Maybe Who Dares might be just a bit nippy down the Flemington Straight first up for some of these.
Excellent. The fifth is all our old mare mates here, 1400 metre. Phil Mare's Group 3 Tressady Stakes. This should be sponsored by Yulong and be called the Waiting Room, as they'll just wait to become brood mares, because we've seen lots of them. We know what we get. Pretty obvious, I thought, to find Wishful out on top. She's just sort of the queen of B grade. She'll be right in the right spot. She'll be on pace. The trials were good. All her runs last time in were great. Just got stomped in the end by Pride of Jenny. How do you fold her? She's going to be, you know what you're going to get. And I put Sparkle in because I'm sick and it's 50s and the trials were let run last time out. And she'll be on pace and it'll count for a little bit in a race like this. Obviously, Revolutionary Miss will just be the lurker in the exact right spot for Mickey D. Main danger to the fave. How have you seen this?
Yeah, I've gone for Wish Law Lass as well. Pretty bomb-proof, this horse, 1-6 from 9. Last start wasn't far behind Pride of Jenny, who's quality. So resuming here, goes okay, fresh, going to be the hardest to beat from the draw. I thought Eternal Flame, third up here, was the main danger. I'll be saving on hit. It was super impressive last start. And I think it can go on with that, and I think it's got plenty of ability.
Race 6 is the Vanity 3-year-old fillies over the 1400 metres. Who have you come up with?
Yeah, good race. Tricky race, this one. Pretty open race. Went for a little bit of value here. It's hard to line up some of the form. I went for number 12. Is it Luijzika?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Only had the 2 starts. Was in the market on debut and ran nicely there, sort of sitting on the pace, and then won at short price. It's breaking its maiden at Geelong last start. I think there's a lot of improvement left in this horse, and I've put it on top as a bit of a good each-way chance. The resuming Molly Nichols probably looks to be the class horse of the race, given its efforts in some Group 1 company when last in work. Resuming here, just keen to see, again, sort of the 11 and 12 gates for Molly Nichols and Infatuation just had me a bit concerned. So that's why I've sort of got around those.
I'm tipping Molly Nichols. Because I've always had an opinion of it. The trials were good coming back, played around in a couple of trials, never really let off the bit. Was Jamie Carr on this one earlier in the day? Am I going mad? Anyway, Mellum's on it now. I thought Jamie Carr was on it. Anyway, Ben Mellum's on it. That's fine. No issues there. I'm hoping for intent, though. I don't want it to be out the back and running home. It was good. last prep. Then it went to the Atlantic Jewel and was not really given every opportunity. Hit the line well there. It came to Sydney. It might have been a step too far by then, but does have upside. That said, I've been potting the 2-year-old and early season 3-year-old form for a bit now, so maybe Fresh Blood is best, and that's where I don't think you're necessarily wrong with Luijzika. Obviously resumed with a nice win there, and Donegal, same thing, came back and was quite soft through the line, winning there as well. So maybe those two are the smarter options, but I'll give Molly one more go. Just give it strength. The CSA Stakes is next, which is the boys' version, 1,400 metres. I am going with the fresh form here. I'm going with the Targo. 2 nice wins. Trial Sins was magnificent. Ben Mellum again. And it's just going to be in the right spot from gate 3. A couple at a price. I know this is older form, but Ambassadorial will be on pace in his 30s. Keeps getting forgotten by the market, but always seems to run well. Bolted in a trial recently when it was let roll up front. And I might have something small on Amur as well, who his 30s didn't do a lot wrong. Only had one rough run at the end of the last prep, and the trials were fine for the Godolphin trials. So I don't know if the stable's quite with us at the moment, but 2 at a price and fresh blood for me here, Beaver.
Yeah, I'm going to go Riff Rocket.
Don't doze
don't
off on
think
us.
you're going to get $7 too many runs. What's that?
Don't doze off on us. You're right.
No. I'm talking
okay.
away, mate.
No, go for it.
Listen up. Now I've got Riff Rocket on top here.
All right.
Probably dozing off from the garbage you were speaking just then. Some of the horses you're picking, but anyway, move on.
I'm not wrong yet.
Yeah, that's it. I just don't think you're going to get this price, this horse again, this preparation. I think if it doesn't win here, it'll be flying home, and I just don't think this is an overly strong field. I know Otago's won 2 out of 2, but not sure the quality of those races. And King Colorado likewise only won 2 of its 8. Riff Rocket we know is a quality horse. Yep, he'll be looking further than 1,400, but I'm hoping fresh it can run well, and if there's enough pace on, which is always the danger in Melbourne these days. But clearly the best horse in this race, so I'm going to back it at $7.
Cool. The feature is the Group 1 Black Caviar Lightning Stakes, 1,000 metres up the straight. Imperatriz, $1.80. Does it interest you?
$1.90 now. I think that's good odds.
Okay.
Can't understand why it is.
So you're tipping it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, mate, at $1.90, I just don't understand why it's not shorter than that.
Because of that last trial where it went like a slug.
Yeah, again, doesn't go for like a slug very often, and don't worry about trials with horses like this. They come to the track and they put their best foot forward, and they're hard to beat, and can't see why it won't be hard to beat again.
Joe Pride does love beating the world's best sprinters, and I'm tipping Private Eye. I think it had a great prep last time out. Finds Blake Shin, middle gate. Could even lead here, actually. Where's the pace coming from? Cylinder, maybe, and the astrologist. So kick it to camp, $5. I'll find out. But yeah, if Brent Jerry's...
So, can I ask a question?
Of course you can.
Worried about Imperatrix is $1.90 because it trialled like a slug. First trial this time.
Yes, I know you're going to say
Private Eye finished 10 lengths behind Queen of the Ball in its trial.
Yes, it wasn't great. The second one was okay.
So I'm just a bit confused. Along. Yeah, it was okay. Still 4 lengths off them, but anyway.
No, you're right. I wish I'd seen it trial better. I'm just talking shit. I'm going to move on. Imperatriz wouldn't surprise me. I think that's the race. I don't think 3-year-olds can win this.
It's the best sprinter in the country.
World. Race 9 is the Elms handicap. We've got
and you don't want to take nearly even money yet. Good on you.
Hey, we might get, if we get better than even money, you've got to find out, don't you? Even $1.90. Fair enough, Beaver, fair enough. I know you're going to tip at your best and all that stuff. The 9th is the Elms handicap.
Okay, it's the best at $1.
Well, okay, what's about $1.50 Jimmy Star?
And it'll win too.
Okay, you going to take $1.50?
I don't want to take $1.50. Yeah. I'm not Not saying I would, but this is an average race. Jesus, there's not much in this race that's going to give it a hell of a lot of trouble. If it's any good, should be taking care of these. If it's not, it's nowhere as good as what they think they are. So I think this is a good stepping stone up to a listed race against Kabling, who's a Sydney horse that, while it might have ran reasonably well, struggles to win a midway. So, yeah, there or thereabouts. Crosshaven, well, potentially a fair amount of time since it's won a race. Leave me out of it. So Jimmy's should be $1.50 and should be winning.
The each-way play here, away from the favourite, is not an option. Going really well. Crossed the line last time out with Ayrton, Buffalo River and Yonts, and that form all looks pretty good now after Buffalo's run and Yonts winning. Gets a Mickey D, gets a camp, right spot to run a place for you if you want something away from the favourite. A bit of a watch on way. Well Wall, who's now just had the one run back, first prep for Waller, tipped straight out in his 30s. Nice trial, smashed a jump out field. So, if you're going to have anything away from it, maybe those two a place. But, yeah, I know what you said, Beaver. Just asking the question. The last is a benchmark 84, 1,400 metres, where again, this favourite feels a bit short, leader up in grade. Not without a hope, definitely. But I'm going to have an each-way player on He's Our Bonneval. I thought that was a great return last time out. Crossing the line there is we swooping down the middle of the Randwick, Flemington track late in the day. And second up, absolutely flies. And just because, again, I'm a sicko, I might have a small each-way bet on Aaron Bay. But predominantly He's Our Bonneval. If Punch Lane drifts, I'd probably entertain it as a bet. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I thought you're probably right. 6-4 is probably a little bit skinny stepping up into this company for the first time. It's what, benchmark 70 up to an 84, carrying 56. But I just think this is a really progressive horse.
Yeah.
Gets the right draw here, Zara Freeman combination. And again, bit of a bunch of horses that like to sort of scream next start, and they generally don't perform to that. I thought a one at really good odds was the top weight Poland. Thought that was his best run for a while, resuming there at odds. Again, could run well. Doesn't win very often, but a knockout chance at 20 odds. But yeah, I've got
And yeah,
13 on top.
Well, Bedge can get those tried horses going. He's quite good with them. So in regards Poland,
Yeah.
So fair comment there. Do you want to have a crack at your quaddie?
I'll have a crack at the quaddie, mates. All good. So we're starting off race 7. And I'm going to go number 1, Riff Rocket. Number 3, Run Harry Run. Number 7, Otago. And number 9, Vidad. In the second leg, race 8, I'll go number 1, Private Eye, and number 4, Imperatrix. In the third leg, I'm going to stand out number 12, Jimmy Star. And then to finish off, hopefully, where we'll probably need a little bit of value, I'm going number 1, Poland. I'm going to throw in number 8, Genalia.
Yeah.
Number 13, Punch Lane, and number 15, Helix.
Beautiful. Your best in value at Flemington on Lightning Stakes Day.
My best is, I won't let you down, race 8, number 4, Imperatrix. I think it's going to be hard to beat. And I'm going to go race 6, number 12, Luijzika.
Lovely. I'm going to make my best 3-year-old there. Race 2, number 1, Ouroboros. And race 10, He's Our Bonneval, number 9. Can bring us home in the quaddie.
Not Private Eye.
Not Private Eye, no. No, it's not value. We'll have a schooner on today for our Frothies draft.
Why not?
What are you going to plug? What do you do here? No, not really.
Just plug me, plug you.
I don't talk.
Literally.
It's getting tired now. Come on.
I do love you, but not that much.
No wonder my back hurts. All right. Randwick Rail 4. It's currently a good 4. I don't know even what to do with the weather these days. It was supposed to be dry last week, and I stood at the pink constant torrential rain. So I think there's 5 to 10 mil coming. I don't think it gets worse than soft. I'll treat it as a decent track. Rail 4, I think the last time it was there was late last year, and it played slightly on pace. But I think if you look for the best horse, you're gonna on a card like this, you're gonna not go too far wrong. We're gonna kick off with the Coolmore Piero Plate, 1100 meters. And two very nice 2-year-olds step out here. Which way are you going to go there?
I'm going to stick with Switzerland.
Yep.
Both good horses. Both got plenty of potential. Wouldn't be surprised if either one won, but Switzerland on top for me.
I think Switzerland's Waller's slipper horse. It ran time last time out. It was very impressive. J-Mac jumps on. The horse that it towed up won last Saturday. I can't remember his name, Carrianis or something. Castagna. It'll be very, very hard to beat again, and is a live player as we head into the next few weeks, in my opinion. Shangri-La wouldn't. This could be a case of Shangri-La getting it too easy up front and maybe getting away with this, but once we get the grand final, I'll definitely be thinking those colours might be a real show. The second is a 1,000-metre benchmark 72 midway. And the only horse I could entertain here is Delexo. Had the win 2 starts back in this grade. Went and chased Acobisun last time. Wasn't knocked around late there. Back to 1,000. Nash jumps back on and comes to a field full of provincial horses. Has to be a live chance. I couldn't really find much else. Lady Shenanigans hasn't been given the best of chances of last time out, but Jet Stanley's still on it, so I don't know why I even mentioned that. That's it for me. If I bet here, it'll be the 1. Beaver?
Yeah, not a race to get overly excited in. I picked the 8, Martial Magic, resuming here. Goes all right first up. 1, 2 out of 3. So it does its best work there. I'll have it on top.
We've got the Highway up next, 1,800 metre class 3. I've got no idea. For the sake of a tip, I might put it this way. In PCTC, I'll probably put number 5, Like a Storm, in. Tim Clark outside gate leading. But I've got no idea in this race. You got anything?
Don't want to let you down, so I'll go 13, Brook Cafe.
Okay. Why? Oh, yeah, now I know why. Do you want to move on?
Yeah, move on.
All right. 1,300 metre benchmark 88 is up next. We're recording late, everyone. I apologise. Tashi versus Wind Chat. Which way are you going?
I'm going Wind Chat. I like this horse. Got some ability here. Great first up. That was a really good win. Put pay to them pretty easy there. Gate 4, I think it gets the right run here, and my clear on top.
Yeah, I guess so. I think Tashi's alive. I think Tashi's come back well as a live player. I just think Wind Chat probably just gets it completely its own way up front. So if it does, it'll win again. It has to. You want to see it put a couple back to back, and now has to come to Randwick. The only concerns, hasn't done it on a big track yet. So that's a slight knock, but 2 numbers for the early quaddie, and we'll move on. The 5th is a 1,200 metre Expressway Stakes, and all we've got to talk about here is if you want to back Buenos Noches or not. In my opinion, top horse, Everest class, Group 1, galloper. It'll debut here and win. Nash on. Golden Mile can run a place. Trial was good. Always seems to be forgotten. That's about it for me. Anything?
Nothing to add. I'm going for number 4 as well. Class horse here. King of Sparta was good last start, but yeah, this is a different level.
Yeah. The 6 is the Triscay Stakes for the 4-year-old mares, Group 3. Well, I knocked those other ones down south, but that's a better race than this. Have you got anything you want to entertain?
Pretty open race here. I've gone for number 4, Cess Magique, resuming here. Just thought it could run well. Racing some pretty good company when last in work behind the likes of Imperatrix, Benedetta. That's good form lines here. Tried and Cranbourne, brought up here. Could be the hardest to beat.
I'm putting Samana on top. I think it's just come back airborne. Chased Royal Merchant, who's a decent horse. Went up to the Gold Coast and smashed him up there. Back here, Jay Collett, middle gate, and an average field. So I'll put it on top, but like honestly, I gave thought to just tipping Miss Fabergé a pace in this race because I don't have much confidence about the rest of them. Penthouse will run well again just because it'll be in front. The race 7 is a 1400 metre Apollo Stakes, and look, first up last time out, 1400 metres, Fangirl beat Think It Over. I assume history just repeats again here. They'll be the two going elsewhere. They'll both run well. I think Attractable can run third from gate 1 leading. Yeah. Didn't have a lot of interest in Militarise. I think Fresh sniping is probably its only hope to win a race like this. So that's all I'll say. But as I said, I've done with that 3-year-old generation in open company at the moment. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Fangirl clear on top for me. 220 is a good price. If you're going to back it, get on now. You won't get that later.
Race 8 is the Light Fingers, 1200 metres at Group 2 level here. 3-year-old fillies. They're all back again. They all know each other well. Who have you found?
Yeah, this is a really, really open race here. Lots of chances, lots of talent, lots of good horses. I would have had Learning to Fly clear on top pick. Gate 12 does worry me a bit here. I am still going to go with it. Just love the horse. And I think it's going to be super hard to beat here. Just probably needs a little bit of luck in running. Main danger, the 4, Mumbai Muse. I think he can run for well first up and gets the ideal draw here. It's definitely the sniper and hard to beat as well. So I'll chop out on it.
Learning to Fly is the only horse here that could end up being a star. We don't know how good it is. Fell on the slipper. The trial was sensational. Coming back for this, it is mapped last on the Racing New South Wales maps. As you say, might be a concern, but might round him up in 3 strides and bolt in here. So at the price, I have to find out. You're still getting 440 plus. It's on top, and I agree. Mumbai Muse now, it's broken through twice. I think the penny's dropped. I think he has kicked on a little better than we've seen from some of these. So I've seen it the same way. Really keen to see her back to the races because she might run through and put a few together on this same. She'll be meeting the same lot for the next 6 weeks, and we can make some money from it. Race 9, a mile benchmark 88, and I'm going to stick with Estadio Mistella. I was with her last time out, sat outside lead and won there. I think drawn gate 2 now it's mapped to lead, can push forward with Louvois and control this, and that sets up perhaps even slightly better. Forgiving Built, just never got going last time out, couldn't really get into that race, and gate 1, I'm hoping there's more intent from Tommy Berry. Don't want to be too far buried back, so I'll make it the danger at double figures. Yeah, that'll do for now. There's a few that go on the quaddie. What do you reckon?
I've gone for the number 10, Louisville, from the Waller stable.
Blinkers
I think
on.
its form this time in's been, blinkers on. Wasn't too bad last starts. Comes back here to the 1600. I think that'll suit it better. Hopefully there's a little bit of pace on, and if there is, it'll be the one finishing on. From the other Waller horse, Logan Street Lion, I think it can run well. They'll be the 2 I'm looking for.
The last is a 1400 metre benchmark 78. Who are you looking for here?
Oh God, this was really hard. Except last race Bjorn, I think you got to go with Thunder Lips. I've got it on top. Second up, it's third up here. Second up was a good win over the 1200 at odds. Now it's broken through. I think out to the 1400 here suits from the inside gate, gets the right draw, and I think it's got to be the hardest to beat.
Yeah, I didn't mind it as a chance. I think I tipped the other thing on top as my best, actually, but I thought it was a good price at the midweeks last time out. Leeds here is a live chance. I think the other live chance, the market's found its Time Quest, it put together some good stuff last prep. Had a double wraps trial first up, then was led off the chain second up in that trial, and at the second trial, I should say, and was very impressive. I think can resume well here, and it might be a good day for Matthew Smith. They're the only 2 I'm really entertaining in the race. So I'll leave it at that. The quaddie from Randwick, first leg, we'll go with 1 Think It Over, 5 Attractable as perhaps a knockout, and 8 Fangirl, but if you just want to go Fangirl 1 out, more power to you. Second leg, suppose I'll put Tis Invincible in. Don't really want to. 3 Learning to Fly, 4 Mumbai Muse, 9 Arctic Glamour, and 11 Kind Words. Third leg, 2 Mission Phoenix, 5 Estadio Mistella, 9 Miracle Spin, 10 at Louisville, 12 built is what I meant there. 8 Louvois is one I'll put into my wider quaddy too, just because it'll lead. And we'll come home with 8 and 9. Time Quest, Thunderlip, skinny up there. I might throw Starman in just so I don't have Nash against me in the last leg if we have a couple of splits riding on it. My best is race 4, number 5, Buenos Noches. And tricky card for value. As I said, race 7, number 5, Attractable, perhaps a place, is nice value there. And maybe Miss Fab J a place, because she's flying now. What do you reckon?
Race 7, number 8, Fangirl is my best bet. And my value, race 9, number 10, Louisville.
Beautiful. What's happening up north?
Yep, before the battery on my
we'll get out of here
computer dries. Race 1, number 1, Hidden Wealth. I think we can get off to a good start at Mooney Valley. Mooney Valley, Eagle Farm. Race 4, number 5, Black on Beauty. I think it's going to be super hard to beat. And my other one was race 5, number 14, Stellar Lady.
Awesome. Just recapping the 2 from John at Newcastle. No markets up yet, but race 1, number 5, Dagon. And race 5, number 1, Wymark. We've lost the beaver. Thank you, guys. Subscribe. Help us get the new channel back up and going. And hopefully a few winners for everyone. We'll see you all next Tuesday night for a midweek preview. Good punning. Bye.